So let's talk about arrays in Go. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that you import FMT, and then here we're going to declare some variables. So let's call the variable n, and this is how to declare an array. You can either declare it with an empty space if it's going to contain an unknown number of integers like this, or elements. But in this case, we want it to contain 10. Okay, so we put 10. So this is how to declare arrays. And var, let's declare two more variables, I and j, and both of them will be int, okay, integers. And now we can now loop through it, okay, so we can say for I equals to 0 until I gets to less than 10, increment I. So this is how we do it. And now we have now we're incrementing I. Let's save something inside n. So we can say n at location I equal to I plus say 100. Who knows? So basically we're inserting something into this n. Remember that we put n. We created an array with empty, let's say 10 empty boxes, and now we're looping through those boxes and we're adding something in it, okay? And then now we can see if we can print what's there. So let's create a new variable called j, and we equate it to 0, and then until j is less than 10, okay, increment j. So this is how to do your for loop. So here we're gonna do fmt dot print f, okay, and then so let's print the element. So this is a string now. Okay, equals to the n j, and then we bring out at location j and at location j. Okay, now with this is gonna print out the contents of n. So let's clear this place, and then we run run main.go. Okay, so now it says element at location 0 is 100. So if you look at this, remember I said it has 10 empty boxes. So the first time I is 0, and you know arrays in Go starts counting from 0, okay? So I is 0, and it says the first time n at location 0, it inserts 0 plus 100, which is 100. Then it loops again. The second time I is 1, because it's incrementing, right? What n at location 1 is 101, because it's 100 plus 1. Then it becomes 2, like that. It keeps loading until it completes the 10 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So this is an example of how arrays function in Go. There are many other array functions, multi-dimensional arrays, passing arrays to functions, which is something I want to look into now. So we can actually pass arrays to functions, and let's see how it can be done. So we're just going to write a function that takes array as one of its parameters, and then it will find the average of the elements in the array. So let's go ahead. First of all, let's clear these functions here. So these functions are cleared, and now we can write the function that we want to write. So func get average. It's gonna take an array. So let's call the variable r, and then here int size int. Okay, so we're passing two variables, or two parameters into this array, and this one is an array, and this one is an just a variable, integer variable. So two parameters inside this function. Now we are going to say that the function should return float 32, and let's declare some variables inside I, sum, int. Okay, so that is variable I and sum, and then we go with avg. This is another variable. Remember, we're trying to return the average, but just to demonstrate how these things are. So this is a for loop. Okay, so for I equal to 0, it's just going to loop through the array from I until it's less than size, whatever the size of the array is. Just increment I plus plus. Okay, so for each loop, we will add array at location I to sum. Okay, so all right, so let's now get the average. So the average will be sum over size. Okay, that's how we calculate average, and then return average. So the purpose of this video is just to show you how to use arrays. Okay, if you're good with programming, this shouldn't be new to you. So now we've had this, we can then call this function from inside the main, and to do it, it's not hard. So we just describe balance, and then the balance is equal to an array, and that array is of type integer. And then let's list the things inside the array. So these are the elements of the array. So now we have this number of items. Okay. Remember that you can also put a number here if you want to limit the length of the array. So, but here, I'm just gonna stop it here. Okay. So the next is to declare another variable we are going to call avg, and the type will be float. So let's get the average will be equal to get average. So we're calling that get average function, and then we're calling the balance variable, and we're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So also there's a formula in Go to get the length of an array. So if you want to get the length, just Google how to get it. But I just counted mine: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, because here we are passing in the array, and then we're passing it the size. So we're gonna continue here, and finally let's output. So fmt.println avg value is %f, and then what do we do? Call it avg. All right, so now it's time to print. Clear print run, and there is a problem where it says sum divided by size. Now I think the correct way to do this here is to mention that this is going to be float 32, and the results are going to be float 32 like this. So let's run that again. Yeah, it works now, because here when we're using avg, we did not specify that the result will be float 32. So let me clear this screen and run it so that we can see the clear version. This is average value. I think I made mistake here. Average. Okay, the average value is 454. So I think this pretty much explains the whole concept for you. And there are other manipulations you can do in arrays, but if you really want to do anything in arrays, you can just Google it. It's all available on Google. All right.